All right, so the Circle of Life was a controversial GameStop program that Jason Schreier of Kotaku first reported on via emails, where it's a point system for each store where you have to have a certain percentage sold of pre-owned games, new games, and pre-orders.
And it could be scored per employee, too.
Yes. So you have a score you have to get per store, and then also per employee.
It's like a video game, chums. You got a life meter. You want to keep making money? Don't die.
So the point of it is that, obviously, the profit margin is greatest on pre-owned games, used games.
Right.
So it's through the roof. So people, GameStop employees were saying they were not told to, but strongly encouraged to dissuade customers from buying new games in lieu of doing pre-owned, even if the pre-owned were less money when a new game was on sale, because that screws up your numbers, because GameStop makes less money on new game sales.
Well, it's even more fucked up because, and I'm sure this has all been covered, but regularly new games will go on sale for like $40. Like, for instance, for like a month, Final Fantasy 14 was on sale for $40. Mm-hmm. Or 15 was on sale for like $40. Yet a used copy at GameStop was still like $54.99.
Because they don't want to take that loss.
Exactly. But then, how are you going to convince someone to buy a used copy for $55? You just don't tell them. You don't tell them there's new copies on sale. New copies.
Well, why be good to customers, right?
Right.
So, Jason Schreier received 100 emails. I received maybe 7 or 8. Shows a differential, in outreach. But you had 1 or 2 people saying, "Oh, I never did this at my store," but you had very convincing stories where this shit has been going on for years, but only now they're tying it to individual employees. Now they're threatening to fire you. So the good news is that GameStop has heard all this, and they're going to change it, the Circle of Life program. It will continue to monitor scores, but they're going to enact several changes that will make the program more accommodating to employees. So they're going to stop using the metric versus individual employees.
Right.
That is good. But they're probably going to keep it looks like, for stores.
Which is... Right, so... Your average employee who just needs a summer job, or your person who's getting their first job, isn't going to have that soul-crushing fucking weight put on them to force sell all the time. It's going to make the manager's job is probably going to get much more difficult. However, if you've signed on to be a career company man, then, I mean, at that point, there should be more pressure on you. I think that's a step in the right direction, for certain. And honestly, it's going to be great for us from now on when people who used to work at GameStop come in and apply to us and we hire them. There is nothing harder and kind of more heartbreaking than trying to teach someone how to not force sell.
Sure.
When that's all that's been beat into them, like over a year of working at GameStop, because we have employees like that who we've had to unteach, but like we really don't want that at Luna, and like they think that's what they're supposed to do all the time. Is
or
like
sell them another game laying around, anything.
Randomly just fucking recommend
you need an extra AC adapter up there?
Yeah.
It's like, what? Okay.
Do you have this game? No, but we've got this one.
Do you want to pre-order Dash Galaxy, the Alien Asylum?
And the customer leaves, and I'm like, so that game has nothing to do with the game that they were looking for. Well, it's made by the same company. No, you don't have to do that.
Well, the good news is that they're going to change the metric to include new sales now to track each store's sales number against their goal.
Okay.
According to this article, in theory, this will prevent employees from being punished for selling new games as they've been in the past. That's just insane. Because you should just have a profit you have to reach no matter how you reach it. Doesn't that make more sense? Because even if then you fudge it a little bit to say, all right, push used games in general, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to dissuade them from buying a new game.
No, because
you still want to make a profit, even if it's smaller.
It's idiotic because it's so stupid on a basic level. What they're trying to do is force the responsibility of shitty company ordering onto the lowest level of employees by making them sell the highest profit stuff, which is the used games, when in reality, all they need to do is monitor their ordering of new games better so that they don't end up with all of this low profit, high cost stock laying around that they're not making money off of. So yeah,
and when people even got on me, let alone Kotaku, saying, "Why are you reporting on this? This GameStop is shitty." And it's like, okay, we just let it go. Just corporations do whatever the fuck you want, and then the customer is just a piece of shit. Or you have this sort of groundswell of disgust that comes, and then maybe something changes. And it's not just for us; it's for the poor employees that are getting pushed to do shit. My only comparable story, I guess, I was forced to try and sell Suncoast Motion Picture Company like membership cards or whatever, and I would say to them like, well, you know, you have to push it. I'm making literally $5.25 an hour. I'm making minimum New Jersey wage doing this in summer, and you got to push these cards, every person, and they would get on you if you didn't. I'm like, I'm not making any money from this. What the fuck do I care if the store reaches its profit margin or not? So why don't they make this somewhat bonus based? Incentivize employees that, okay, you have your regular goals, but then if you push all, you know, your GameStop club member card power up reward bullshit, then you'll get, I mean, you know, get a little gift card or a mochaccino at the end of the month. I don't know. I'm just looking at you and your straggly beard. I'm glad you're back, Ian, at least for part of this podcast.
Yeah, it's neat.